Do you think that Australia is still a good place to invest? Someone who's been doing it a while, you've seen some different versions of this country. I mean, do you think Australia is a good place to put your money?
Generally speaking, the stock market is now 15%. I think what you're seeing now in the markets, particularly the stock market, generally speaking, the stock market is now 15% to 18% overvalued. And not in all sectors. I mean, the areas of technology, streaming, I think that area is probably valued correctly and got huge run. I think a lot of other areas are extremely overvalued. Real estate in Victoria is becoming non-viable for development, acquisition, particularly in the inner city, 30, 40 kilometre radius of CBD and Sydney, and Brisbane for that matter, mainly because of the statutory costs of land tax rates, municipality, and I think that's the biggest problem. The yields now on investment in Victoria have been stripped by 65% in the last 10 years. So if you were earning 7 now, you're earning 2.7, 2.6. So that's the biggest problem. And then when you've got interest rates where they are, which aren't a bad thing at the moment, interest rates right now are almost exactly where they were 30 years ago. And 34 years ago, they were 18. So 7%, 6%, if it's deductible, is 4%. But I think overall, Victoria, Australia as a whole for investment, very hard to make an investment work unless you're in business because you pull the strings. But buying an investment today is extremely difficult, and I think most of the opportunities now are abroad, believe it or not, in certain pockets of the US. Some of the biggest runs in investment now we're seeing in real estate is coming from certain pockets of Europe, Vietnam, Canada and Portugal, believe it or not, for real estate. And I've got investments in Europe and I've got investments in the United States. To get a planning permit now in the United States on a land subdivision, which some of the people assisted me in some of my overseas developments, took 6 months to do a $200 million subdivision. And here, a land subdivision would take you 2.5 to 3 years, something on that size.
Yes.
So that's the costs.
Absolutely.